versus the Cowboys. Now that it's a legit team, one of these teams that is considered one of the top contenders for a Super Bowl this year, how are we gonna look? Is this defense gonna hold up? Are we gonna give up that long drive, or are we gonna feel demoralized at any point? Because I think this season more than ever, it feels like an anomaly for a Shanahan team where it doesn't feel like we're getting that same old man, what the fuck is Kyle doing moment, like, and it doesn't feel like we're getting conservative. It never is. I don't think all season it's felt like we've had a game in jeopardy. I feel
Yeah.
like we've been in the driver's seat the whole time. So, what do you think is going to happen with this Cowboys game?
Oh man, I'm so pumped for this Cowboys game. This is one of those where you look at the schedule and you circle it. You circle this game, you circle the Eagles game, you circle the Ravens game and the Bengals game. You're like, these are the heavy hitter games. This is where we're going to see what this team's actually made of. And I'm pumped. I think like the Dallas Cowboys find this rhythm against the New England Patriots last week where it's like, okay, you know what? Maybe it was a fluke game against the Cardinals, or maybe they're just front runners. Maybe like once they get up, they are like just this defense that is perfectly built to just attack the quarterback and really suffocate and get 3 and outs. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Like, who gets the ball for first, and do they score on that first drive? That's going to determine the rest of the momentum, the entire game, because both defenses are kind of built for that. Just like get after the quarterback, let's suffocate, and let's continue to rack up points on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, so you're thinking which team is going to be not the front runner this game and still be able to come out and try to get that win.
Yeah. And it's going to come down to really 2 key possessions. So, like, at some point, one of these teams is going to need to stop, and it's going to shift the entire momentum of the game. Again, looking at it, interceptions, fumbles. Like, is Dak going to make another crucial mistake? Are they just going to have mental errors where they don't know the game clock? Like, just things like that. And if I weigh those options between the 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys, I feel pretty confident that the Dallas Cowboys, because of their track record, they are going to make those mental mistakes. They are going to make errors and that cause penalties, which build up yardage. Like, I just feel like even though it is going to be a hard game, I think the 49ers are going to win this game.
Yeah, I agree. I don't even know if it's going to be that crazy difficult of a game. I know you're saying is the Cardinals Cowboys game a fluke is kind of I'm like I don't know if the rest of the season was a fluke for the Cowboys so far because they've not played good teams. I mean, the Patriots offense is a joke. Like, yeah, they blew them out, but who cares cuz Mac Jones is like missing reads. They don't have great weapons. I mean, they haven't looked like a solid offense in like since Brady left, basically. So, how much of that is them, and how much of that is the competition they've played against? Who did they play week 1?
The Giants
The
blew them out.
Giants, who we can see clearly they're not. They don't look like a playoff team this year. Uh, week 2, they played the Jets. Coming off of that Aaron Rodgers injury. So like really the only they and then you could even say the Cardinals game was a team that is towards the bottom of the league. So 4 games where they played 4 of the worst teams in the league. I mean, yeah, of course they're going to be putting up 30 in some of those games and looking great, but now you come in with the team that like what is the main thing that the 49ers feel about the Cowboys? Like they're soft. And this 49ers team is fucking rugged. They're gonna come and hit you this year. They're feeling pretty motivated. I don't see any doubt in this team, and I don't think the Cowboys scare them.
What do you think the line is for this game? Don't tell me. I know what it is, but don't look it
Uh,
up. What do you think it is? If you
I'd
just
say
had to
like
guess.
probably like 49ers minus 2.5.
It is 49ers minus 3.5 right now.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, 49ers a favorite, but not by too much. Um, this honestly might be a good week to go on that, cover that spread 49ers.
That's exactly what I was thinking. So be sure to tune in on Saturday. We are going to drop our diamond pick of the week. So be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so it notifies you when we drop that clip. So we dropped the best bet of the 49ers game that week. So be on the lookout for that. Yeah. So I think that the 49ers, I feel pretty good about that. I think they are going to end up just pulling away from the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not going to discount the Cowboys just because realistically, you do have to play who's on the schedule. They didn't make this schedule. Who gives a shit? It's not like they're Michigan just playing cupcakes. You know what I mean? So you got to play who's on the schedule. I mean, but this is a solid team. They have defensive stars on all fronts, on all levels of the defense. This offense we've
No
seen can
Trevon
be
Diggs.
very, very explosive. What'd you say?
No Trevon Diggs.
I know that's going to be a major factor. I think now looking at it, like this San Francisco 49ers receiving core has really blossomed and show what they can do, especially with a capable quarterback like Brock Purdy. And then you just add the cherry on top of MVP Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, and I think what this game is going to come down to is Brock versus Dak, which is amazing. Love a great quarterback battle. Is Dak going to make a mistake? That's the difference. Where, okay, we got two good defenses going, two good offenses. Who is going to throw a pick or get a fumble that's going to sway the game in the other team's favor?
And just heading in, I just want to note, like heading into it, I feel fucking good with Brock Purdy. I feel like Brock Purdy is not going to like, the lights are too bright. The lights are too bright. Like, I feel like he's kind of built for games like this. Like, he's built for moments like this. And I'm excited to see him.
He was almost perfect last game. Like, literally almost perfect. 20 for 21.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited to see, like, what he can do. Tested, if you want to say, against this Cowboys team.
Yeah, and it's this weird thing where when have you seen a quarterback be like dominant, looking dominant, and he's only thrown the ball 20 times? Like it's not like a 40-50 pass attempt game. Like this guy can throw 15 to 20 times a game, and you're like, man, he showed out. But like he's just making all the right plays. Would you feel any differently about him or start to rethink if he does have like a 2 interception game and we lose?
Depends on how much we lose by. Like it all feels on like the look of the game. You know what I mean? Because if he has one pick that goes off a receiver's hands early in the first quarter, and then he throws a pick coming out of half, it's like, okay, like I kind of feel a little bit better about that rather than him throwing 2 late interceptions back-to-back drives. You know what I mean?
The Dak, typical Dak interceptions.
What is blood looking at?
All right. Well, let us know in the comments. Do you think the Cowboys are going to win? Do you think the 49ers are going to cover that spread?